I did not think the other day when I started making a video that it was going to end and us getting to do the first start of the travel. I damn sure ain't mad about it. We're going to get the travel started. Let's get started. I can't say let's get started after travel started. I said started too many times. Let's get going.
Not really sure what we're getting into in this video. What I do know is Randy texted me earlier and said that his buddy Michael and him are going to come over tomorrow. Michael has the software and everything to unlock the computer for the 4.8 and all that. So today, Puddin's building some grounds so we can get this thing all grounded out. We need to throw a key switch in it. And I feel like an idiot for just talking about myself in third person. This is probably 8 gauge wire. It's actually the old ground cable from my welder. Copper ends. I'm actually soldering the wire first, putting it in there, crimping it. This thing works awesome. It's Randy's. After it's crimped, heating it back up, finish filling it up with solder, heat shrink, build some nice grounds. This one's gonna go from the body to the chassis. So right now, I just have flat washers. I don't have lock washers, but I'll throw some lock washers on it. But this will get it. This will be our last ground. Finish getting us grounded. So there we go. Need to touch up the paint a little bit, but we got a solid ground from our body to our chassis. So I got those grounds built. Let's check them out real quick. Here's our main one coming in. This right here feeds all the LS harness. All the grounds are in one right there. So our one from the battery to the motor, we're gonna come to here. We're gonna make sure to ground all those real good. Out of this same connection over here, it got soldered. My ground that goes to my frame right there. So that'll go straight to the battery. Went ahead and built this one too. That'll go from the core support mount to the core support itself to ground everything. We will be running relays for the headlights and for the fans, and we'll ground them off the core support, so we definitely want a good ground on there. Inside here, pretty well kept most of the harnesses separate. So this is all air conditioning stuff running over there. All the LS stuff is one harness. Anything from the body is a separate harness, or the air conditioning, and I just zip tied all of them together, which worked out really good because if I ever have to remove one, like these are all of the wires for my gauges. These two come from the motor. These two are still, or these ones are all in the body harness and they're separate. So all these harnesses, with the exception of like 2 wires, are very easy to remove. Over here, these wires here are going to go to our key switch. This feeds our windshield wipers. This also goes to the windshield wiper switch, so we don't got to worry about those. But these 5 wires here, we need to get hooked up to a key switch to be able to actually power everything on. So this key switch, just a like universal one I got from O'Reilly's. It has studs on it, which is nice. It's very well made. This ain't off the shelf one. They actually had to order it. It's quite a bit heavier than one that was off the shelf. Seems pretty nice built, so I have it all wired up. So right there's our 12 volts coming in. That's the one going to the solenoid for the starter. Over here's accessory. These two over here is just your 12 volt key, and that's it. Now, if someone decides they want to steal this thing, just know I got a trick up my sleeve. Obviously, I can't tell you guys what it is because then the whole world would know. But it's not going to be as simple as jumping some wires or just popping that ignition and being able to take this thing. So just know there is a little bit of anti-theft to it. Got too much damn money tied up into this thing to let someone just hop in it and take it. Realistically, who wants to steal an ugly ass travel? While I'm waiting for them tomorrow for that, which we're kind of at a good stopping point in the front. There's nothing I can really get done up there. I'm either waiting on them or waiting on parts. To finish up the stuff on the back here, I did get me some license plate lights in. I popped them in, so I need to wire them in. and I ran an extra wire when I ran all my wires back here. I'm gonna go ahead and run it to the reverse lights and the bumper. And what else did I need to do? This light over here needs a light bulb and one of the tail lights. So I'm gonna get all that stuff wired in. Nothing really special to show you guys, so I'm just gonna knock it out real quick. This little fella comes in handy. Little jump pack. Real easy to turn on. Got it grounded to the dimmer switch there, which is obviously mounted to the body to ground it. Since the column's not in, I have that wire going to left and right blinker for the rear both, which is also your brake lights. So nice and bright there. Gonna move this now to our rear running lights up here on the headlight switch connector. That'll be just both running lights and our license plate lights that we just wired up. So there we go. Not near as bright, but all four are on and working. So tail lights are all good to go. I don't know what voice that was. Good to go. I would show the reverse lights, but both bulbs are bad and I do not have that style of bulb, unfortunately. Next day now, I got my Predator glasses on. I got Randy in here throwing some fuses in the harness. I did 4 oil changes yesterday and I forgot to get the stuff to change the oil in this, so I just got the stuff.
Join, so that's the test work for it.
So shit's getting real now.
Oh,
There's my fancy, what do you call it, OBD2 port?
yep.
Never had a vehicle with one, so this is new to me. I don't know what we're doing. I think we're gonna go for a stage 3 tune. I just put some 900-pound injectors in it. We're gonna get some fuel to this thing. See if we can't pop a wheelie. Can you tell us what we're doing real quick, Michael?
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open the PCM. Right now we're reading the vehicle's PCM. And all we want to do is just turn the VATs off to see if this thing will start. Now there's going to be a list that pops up. It's pretty simple. We'll shut all the rear O2s, all the things we don't need for the travel to run. We just want to see if it'll fire up.
Basic stuff right now.
Basic stuff.
Of course, I made all the harness work inside there as far as meeting it up to the body harness. Randy reworked all the factory harness to make it simple enough where I could hook it all up because he had it down to like a 3-wire setup. Michael knows how to do all this stuff. So between all that, we should be able to get this thing to half-ass start running. Now we'll be doing some more advanced stuff because we're gonna change the MAF style because I hate how ugly they are. We're gonna put a blade style on there, like, what was that, LS7? LS7 style, which looks a lot better in my opinion. That'll be later down the road. And Michael thinks he owns this motherfucker. He parks up front. I don't even get to park there, and I own the damn place. And I don't know what we're doing here. So.
Just pulling the files out of the PCM.
Look, that's some fancy shit. My old Travelall. Just a few gallons, but Edna's got her first fuel in her. He just turned off VATs, smog.
Yeah, we're turning off the smog stuff right now. So
And then you said we'll do the rear O2s.
we already got them.
Those are off.
We are almost, yeah, we're like halfway through it.
EBAP.
Yep. Just shut it off.
O2 sensors hooked up either.
I shut all the ones but the 2 off.
Those aren't hooked up either.
So, program's good for now,
We think.
we think. Randy's gonna cycle the key to try to get some fuel up there. Damn right.
Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
And we have no exhaust, by the way.
All right.
We're in gear. Hey, she's ready to go. She was excited. Edna's like, throw another set of tires on me. Let's hit the road. Damn right. Sound like a boat. So that went really smooth. I rigged up the oil gauge real quick. We've got good oil pressure right at 50, sitting there idling, maybe a little less. But it's running super smooth. They're impressed with how smooth everything went. That was, I guess, technically your first harness you reworked, right?
Yep.
So Randy's done a couple since, but this is actually the first one he ever did. So obviously he got everything right. Everything's going good with the tune so far. So that's definitely a victory. Good day.
Well, that's it for this video. A few days later now, I realized I never made an outro for this video. I don't even remember what all is going to be covered in this video, even though this is going to be at the end of it. So, some quick details. Everything went really good. Now, with this math conversion we're going to end up doing, I'm realizing it's going to end up being a lot of work. It looks like we're going to have to load the tables for the LS7 math, but because I went to a 4-inch diameter tube, Michael's going to have to do a ride along with me and tune on it until we get all the numbers matching and correlating, which means I believe we're going to have to put a wideband in the exhaust just to get that done. I've opened up a can of worms now, but I already have all the stuff. I've already built that air filter, the tube assembly. As far as I'm concerned, we've gone too far, and I don't want to do the math delete. I know it's possible and you can tune it and it'll run good, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep the math. Like I said, I have everything. We'll press forward with it and get it done. So that's it for this video. I'm glad we finally got to start this thing. I believe I pulled this in the shop last year in November, and we just now hit September, so it's looking at a little less than a year for the build. I think we'll have it wrapped up in the next month or so. Maybe not all the interior, but I think we'll get this thing on the road fairly quick now. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you always come back, thank you guys for coming and watching my videos. If you're new to the channel, please check out some of the other videos. Think about subscribing and sticking around. If you want to help me out, all you got to do is drop a comment down below, like the video, share, and subscribe. All those things help me grow, so I always appreciate it when you guys do that. If you're on Instagram, I'm on there at Puddin's Fab Shop, and I'll see you guys next time. But don't forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project.
Damn right. Sound like a boat.